My name is Christina Soriano, and I'm really excited to talk about a collaboration that happened over the summer through the Interdisciplinary Performance and the Liberal Arts Center. This collaboration was called Apartment House 1776, featuring music by John Cage and choreographic work that I created initially 5 years ago and revisiting that material, as well as a new work that featured the string quartet composition called Apartment House 1776, the 44 harmonies from that section by John Cage. IPLACe's funding of this was crucial. There were so many different collaborators involved in the project, and we really needed everyone involved. And Amy was actually in an original version of this work I made 5 years ago as a quartet, and it was so vital to be able to work with Amy in bringing it back 5 years later and turning it from a quartet into a duet. She was really just crucial in that process.
We had the same material and revisiting in it with a different structure. Felt like we were very devoted to John Cage's work, and then so there was letting go of product for sure, because it was a completely different dance with the quartet, and then the duet became, I guess, kind of devoted to process, and then also devoted to dancing with this one other person. So it changed quite a bit. This closeness of kind of process with one other dancer.
Can't be sorry it has exist among of hurdles know but beyond humanity.
I also think that it allowed us to really revisit the poetry and decide which of those verses we needed to maintain and which we could let go of, and find new segments from the poetry as well. This performance was part of the Carolina Summer Music Festival series that happens every summer here in Winston-Salem, and this was the first time that the Carolina Summer Music Festival featured dance, and so that was also a wonderful inaugural thing that IPLACe could be a part of.
It was a successful presentation in that we had a different audience looking at dance, and we could talk about that process with people who weren't as familiar and felt very free to ask questions about what was happening.
A very thoughtful and provocative Q&A session afterwards, where we really could talk about how does a 21st century choreographer work with John Cage's compositions in her own way, not necessarily coming from Merce Cunningham's perspective, but a new one, and what does that look like?